Hi, I'm Megan with the Group VBS team, and I'm joined today by Elisa, our decorating diva here at Group VBS. And we're here today to show you how to transform your room at Roar VBS for wild Bible adventures. Now, Roar is a little different from other VBS programs because we really like to immerse our kids in the Bible story. And we do that by creating a unique setting. Now at Roar, your Bible adventure room is the only room that is not themed out to the overall VBS theme. It's really more that Bible setting. And it might seem overwhelming, but it's just a few decorating essentials that you use in different ways each day. So Elisa's gonna show us how easy it is to transform your room each day. So Elisa, for our very first day, day one, what are we gonna do to set up our room?
Sure, well I just grabbed this step stool out of the supply closet. And then magnets. And if you haven't purchased or invested in these make the custodian happy and also your setup crew, because they're just so easy. They are my favorite thing when it comes to decorating. And another essential is the blue sky fabric. We've carried this for years, love it. It's just a great staple, and that's gonna make our wall. Just gonna cover it and be the base for our Bible adventure room.
Awesome, let's get it set up. So Lisa, now we're all set up for day one, and I have to say that was so easy with the magnets and just laying out everything. So what we did the blue sky with magnets, so we hung those along the wall, and then we put out these yellow table covers. They're just anything that you have that's yellow, made out of plastic, and then our crew baskets and our baskets, because kids are gonna make mud on day one. Right?
Love it. Yeah, so they make bricks so that they become like the Israelites, immersed in the story.
Yes, it's such a fun experience. The kids loved it. So once they make their bricks, then they just put their bricks over here to dry. So that's why you would set out that yellow plastic there. But using the plastic table covers just makes for easy cleanup so that you can move on to set up for day two. So let's do that now. So we're all set for day two, and day two was one of my favorite days at Roar VBS because the kids got to experience Pharaoh and the plagues, and it was just a super fun day. And we know it can seem a little intimidating, so Elisa, tell us how you set this up so that it's very simple for leaders to do.
Sure, we just created a palace for Pharaoh out of our plastic wall backdrop and some boxes covered in that same plastic. Yep, and a chair covered in gold fabric.
Right, which was just something that we had in our craft closet, along with the greenery as well.
Yep, and then the Nile, we have the Nile here, and this is so fun. This is just blue water fabric, and the blood and dead fish. The kids got a kick out of this. They were really surprised when we pulled back that water fabric. So that's the Nile.
Yeah.
It can be that easy, guys.
It's that easy. And we were lucky enough at our field test church to have a little room that the Pharaoh went into, but this is just as easy. I mean, it was so simple to set this up and still create that fun environment for your kids. So Lisa, the last thing that we need to set up for day two is the door frames for the last plague. So how would we do that?
Sure, just 3 lengths of brown paper, and you're gonna crumple it up and so one for the side, and then the top, and then the middle,
Perfect.
the other side. And you'll just pin it straight to the blue sky fabric.
Oh, that's so easy. And then you would just paint a little bit of red paint on the top of the door frame. And you're gonna want one of those door frames for each crew in your largest rotation. All right, so that's day 2. Let's move on to day 3. All right, Elisa, we are all set up for day 3, and this was pretty easy in the room. So let's go ahead and talk about what we did here in the room.
Sure, there's just some desert sand plastic backdrop, and we've got this all along the room. Underneath here is electric campfire, and you'll need one of those per crew, but we are hiding it so the kids can't see what we're up to yet.
Yes, and a quick tip on where you put your electric campfires, you're gonna wanna make sure that you put those near an outlet so that when the kids are going on their journey, that one of your helpers can plug those in. So it's just a big wow for when they walk back in the room. So speaking of journey, on day 3, kids get to actually walk through the Red Sea and end up at an oasis. And it's an incredibly immersive experience for the kids. And it might seem overwhelming at first because you're like, oh, I have to set up 2 spaces, but it's actually pretty straightforward. So Elisa, will you walk us through how to set up that experience?
Sure. Well, a hallway is my favorite place. If you've got a hallway, that works. If you need to have it in another room, that also works.
Yeah.
But we're just gonna do some underwater plastic. That 4 by 30
Yeah.
is fantastic. The plastic backdrop, water fabric,
Which you used on day 2, so you already have it.
Yeah. Down on the floor, and then the oasis itself is a pool covered in water fabric with just shoe boxes and then filled with water.
Awesome.
Yeah, so they can get a drink and yeah.
So Elisa, I noticed that you also have some brown paper in here. What do you use that for?
Sure. Well, that's the ground because when they cross the Red Sea, they're walking on dry ground.
Yes.
So there'll be plastic out. All of these instructions are in the Bible manual, but it's just a great experience for kids to really feel like, oh, what would it have been like to cross that Red Sea?
Yeah, it definitely created a big wow on day 3 at Roar. So, all right, I think that's a wrap for day 3. Let's move on to day 4. All right, so we are all ready for day 4 at Wild Bible Adventures. And Elisa, walk us through this setup.
Sure. Again, we just have the blue sky fabric down as our clean slate for the room. And then we have a pool. This is a Bible experience and a cross. And
this is the same pool that we used yesterday for the oasis.
It is. And rope lights, because the kids will come into this kind of somber, quiet room.
Right.
And then the same boxes that we used in day 2 are out, and we built a tomb, just stacked them up, and we do have a chunk of styrofoam painted out that we've used again and again for Bible school. So, and rope lights against the wall.
So just added some rope lights and greenery, and you're all set. So that was, again, very easy to do. We just reused a lot of the decor and items that we had used already throughout the week. So that's day 4. Let's move on to day 5. All right, Elisa, we are all set up for day 5. And once again, in the room, it was a pretty simple setup. We just tore down the tomb and removed the cross, and then we created our own Ark of the Covenant. Can you tell us how we did this?
Sure. We took the fabric that we used for Pharaoh's chair, and we just covered a box with it, and then taped the box to broom handles.
That's so easy. And then the kids are actually going to carry that Ark of the Covenant, and they're going to go on a similar journey like they did when they crossed the Red Sea on day 3. So to create that, we created a wilderness again, and we used that desert sand backdrop just along that hallway. And then we created the Jordan River as well, using water fabric and the brown paper and just a couple of stones. It's a super simple setup. Again, using these items that you've used all week. So we love reusing things here at Group VBS. So Elisa, that was it. We have set up for 5 days of Bible. It was super simple thanks to your planning and your preparation. And we know that you guys can do it too. We're so excited for everything you're going to experience at Roar VBS this summer.